This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and today we're going to continue our Angular for Everyone series by covering a new directive, well, at least a couple of new directives, and one of them is going to be ng-init, where we initialize some data. However, we're not yet jumping into any JavaScript yet. We're going to be doing this all in the template still, so we're going to be initializing some data in the template, and then we're going to iterate over that data using ng-repeat, which allows us to create loops and output HTML based on that data. So let's check those out right now. Okay, so in the last video, we just had this quick sort of variable being output into a background color for a style. I'm going to delete that, as well as this input here, because we're not going to need it right now. Okay, I'm also going to delete this your name. And what I'm going to do is, let's actually put an ng-init on the body. Now, ng-init -ng-init is essentially a directive that allows you to initialize some data when the template is loaded here. Now, in most normal situations, you're going to be using a controller for this, so don't get this in your head as in this is how you initialize data usually. Most of the times, your data is either coming from services or from a factory or something like that, those of which we'll go over in future videos, so don't worry about that if those words are totally foreign. But for now, we're just going to sort of show off what you can do with ng-repeat here. And so to do that, we need some data. Now, inside of our quotes here, we just want to give a variable name, so we can just say, this is going to be a list, right? And our list is going to be equal to, and then we can have flat brackets here, like because what we're going to initiate here is an array of data. So we're just going to have a list of strings where we can just have 1, 2, and notice how these are all in strings here. Okay, and as you can see, I'm using single quotes inside of our double quotes here, not to cancel anything out. And we just have this list initialized as 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and use another new directive, which is going to be ng-repeat. Now, this ng-repeat is going to go on the actual item that's going to be repeating. So in the case of a list, where we'd have an unordered list, and we have list items, let's say we want to output each of these list items as 1, 2, 3 in an unordered list here. The thing that we're going to be repeating is this list item. So we can say ng-repeat. Okay, so now that we have ng-repeat, we can say ng-repeat is equal to, and then inside of double quotes here, we're going to want to say what it's repeating. To do that, we can say item, which is going to be a new variable, and it's going to be item in list, which of course is our list that we initialized up here. So we're saying give me each item in the list and repeat it as a list item. Now we can use our template tag that we saw before, which was the double curly brackets, and we can just say give me the item, like so. Now what you'll see is when we head back to our HTML and I refresh, you can see we have 1, 2, 3. In fact, if we just comma here, 4, refresh, okay, we have more items. Okay, so we have this running over an array of just items here, but let's say we wanted to have over an array of objects. So instead of being 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, we'd have key value pairs here. So we could say something like, let's make an object, and that object is going to have a name property, colon, the name is going to be Scott as a quote, in quotes like that, comma, it's going to have an age property, and it's going to have an age, which is also just going to be a number here, so we don't have to put that in quotes. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a couple more objects here. I'm gonna just do that inside this ng-init, and you can see quickly why this ng-init is not a good strategy for working with data. Okay, we have Scott and Courtney, right? So we have 2 names here. Now, if we come back to our HTML and refresh, you'll notice that simply just by outputting the item in list, outputting that item right here, it's giving us the entire object. Well, how can we access each individual property? Well, easily enough, we can say item.name. Now, if we save this, we can see that we get both of the names. So item.name Scott, item.name Courtney, and if we want to do, let's say a hyphen, another curly brackets, item.age, save this, Okay, you're now getting Scott's 29, Courtney's 29, and we have a nice little list here. Now what's cool about this is that this is really just HTML. If you want to style any of these things differently, you can always wrap something in a span, or maybe you're just going to wrap this, like, let's say in an M tag, right, for emphasis here, and refresh. You have access to all of this data, so you have complete control over everything, and it's working with the tools that you're used to working with. You just augment it by these directives such as ng-repeat, ng-init, and many more, which we're going to show you. Okay, so this is an introduction to ng-repeat. There's lots of stuff you can do with ng-repeat, and once we get working into actual data and controllers and stuff like that, you'll see it all in action. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video or hit us up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tuts. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.